Namaskar to all traders and welcome. So today in this video I'll be letting you know about the types of drawdown and how they are calculated in the prop firms. So there are majorly two types of drawdown. First is maximum drawdown or maximum loss. It is the amount that you are allowed to lose at the max. You cannot lose more amount than that. This is it is calculated in percentage. So that is the amount. You cannot lose more than that in the entire trading period. Whereas the daily drawdown, other type of drawdown is called daily drawdown or daily loss limit. So this is the amount you cannot lose in a single day. This is the amount which is calculated in a percentage. You cannot lose that amount of percentage in a single day. So that is called daily drawdown. Some people get confused that if they hit the daily drawdown, they only hit the daily drawdown, now like they are out for the day, they are not out for the challenge. They think like that. So that is not the case. In case if you hit the daily drawdown, you are entirely out of the challenge. You have violated one of their rule. So in order to understand these drawdown types, how they are calculated, you first need to understand what is stop out level. So stop out level is the equity or a balance should not fall below that level. It is a level from which your equity or balance should not go below that. Let me show you a picture. So this is it. So for example, you have taken a MyForex Fund $100,000 account. The maximum loss which they allow is 12%. That is 12,000. So your stop out level will be 100,000 minus 12,000. That is $88,000. So here, $88,000. This is your stop out level. At any point of time during your entire trading period, your equity or balance should not go below this. So that level is called stop out level. Now types of maximum loss. There are basically two types of maximum loss. That is, first is fixed, static or absolute drawdown, we can say. In that type of loss, what happens? Your stop out level remains fixed in one place only throughout the entire trading period. It will be calculated from your initial balance. Say for example, the maximum loss in one prop firm is 10% and it is fixed and static type of drawdown. Then they will be calculated from the initial balance, that is 10%. Your stop out level will remain at $90,000. It will remain here throughout your entire trading period, either in your challenge, either in your funded account. Whereas in trailing or relative drawdown, it is different case. What happens here? Your stop out level trails depending on the profit that you make here. It depends. Say for example, you have made a $2,000 profit in your $100,000 account. So your stop out level as well, it will trail from the initial level to this level. $2,000, it will trail from here. So in that way, it will trail. So that type of drawdown is called trailing or relative drawdown. Now again here in this, there are three types of drawdown: amount based, percent based, fully relative based. In case of amount based, what happens? Your trailing drawdown, this stop out level, it will trail based on the amount of profit that you made. If you made $2,000 profit, it will trail 2,000 from here. If you made $3,000 profit, it will trail $3,000 from here. Now, whereas in percent based trailing or relative drawdown, what happens? It will be trailing based on the percentage. Say for example, you have made $2,000 profit here. Now the account balance is $102,000. The 10% will calculate it from the $102,000. It will different compared to this. If you made $5,000 profit, the 10% will be calculated from the $105,000. On a percent basis, it will be calculated. So the level, the way it will trail, it will be different from this amount based. So in this too, what happens is, mostly in most of the prop firms, what happens is you're trailing this stop out level. This level, it trails up to your initial balance. It does not trail beyond this. Whatever the profit that you make beyond this level, your stop out level remains fixed at this level. Now in case of fully relative, what happens? It trails even after reaching this initial balance. It will still start to trail as you make profit. So that kind of profit, that kind of prof firm doesn't worth your time. So that kind of drawdown is not a good drawdown for you. Next is type of daily loss. In case of daily loss limit, that is daily drawdown, there are two types. Higher of equity or balance. First is based on how they are calculated. Higher of equity or balance. Next is balance based. Now what happens here in higher of equity or balance? At any point of time, like at the end of the day or starting of the day, whatever the balance or equity, whichever is higher, from there 5% will be calculated. Considering 5% is the daily loss limit, from there 5% will be calculated. If you have some open position and it is in a positive, then like of course it will be higher, your equity will be higher than the balance. Then from equity, at that point of time, from equity the daily loss limit will be calculated. Whereas in balance base, it depends on where is the balance. From balance only it will be calculated, not dependent on the equity. Wherever your equity is, it does not matter. Wherever the balance is, from balance it will be calculated at the starting of the day. Whatever the balance it is, from there it will be calculated. Now I have given an example here. Say for example, you have a $100,000 account and you made a profit of $103,000 in that day. At the closing of the day, you were having $103,000. From there it will be calculated 5%. From there it will be calculated 5%. So your stop out level will be, for the next day, it will be at 97.85. In the initial day, in the beginning day, your stop out level will be the 5%, that is $5,000 from $100,000, that is $95,000. It will be at here, but if you make some profit, it will also trail. This daily loss limit, it trails based on the percent base, which I told you here. Percent base, it's a percent base relative drawdown. This 5% daily loss limit is in most of the prof firms. Now some people ask me that like my account size is $100,000 and its 5% is $5,000, but I haven't lose $5,000, but I am still out of the challenge. So the reason behind that is they are, as I told you, they are calculated based on the percent base, based on the percentage. Now say for example, your account is in a loss. Your day starts from $96,000. So at that time it will calculate from 96,000. 5% of 96,000 is 4.8k, not $5,000 of 100k. So 5% of $96,000 is 4.8k. That's the reason when you lose 4.8k, that's why your account is out of the challenge. So that is it. This is the most common types of drawdown which you can find in most of the prof firms. I hope it will help you while doing the due intelligence in the prof firm wherever you want to invest. Jumpstone FX closing the types of drawdown and how they are calculated. Thank you.